Holy heck. Are you kidding me? Well, everyone, that was an absolute disaster. I don't know how else to describe that. This whole setup is terrible today. I apologize in advance. Hopefully you guys can hear me still, finally see me. What a joke. I mean, YouTube streaming software is so bad, but we finally made it here. Jesus, that was the worst troubleshooting I've ever had to do on a live stream. Meek, what's up? Hello, hello. Oh, well, hopefully people still join. I had to delete and restart 3 different streams, so no one had their stream notifications on for this new stream. So that's great. So no one will be in here for that. Yeah, this is great. This is terrible. This is terrible. Anyway, what up, guys? Welcome back to Toast Tuesday, Technical Difficulties Edition. This is truly the worst experience I've ever had going live. It's unbelievable. Somehow, both the Canon software and the YouTube software managed to mess up on the same day. So that's great. Anyway, no one's going to be here for this, but as promised, last week I said I was going to make some homemade bread and turn that into toast. So what I have here is the leftovers of my homemade bread that I plan on turning into toast. So let me I'm going to carve a slice of this. It's a day or so old at this point, so I figure it'd be perfect for toast. Is this going to fit? Oh, it fits. Okay, that's good. Do another slice then. How's everybody's week going, huh? Hopefully better than mine. This is just Italian bread. Italian bread. There's nothing very special about it. It's just made with all-purpose flour, yeast, water. The most basic bread you can get. I didn't make anything fancy this week. No sourdoughs, no nothing like that. There's a lot of flour on the bottom of it. As you can see here, I'm trying to get some of that excess flour off. I don't know if this is actually doing anything, but it looks like some of it's coming off. Yeah, this is just kind of a basic Italian bread. I have made sourdough before. I have made ciabatta bread before. I've made several different kinds of bread, but this week I didn't have much time, so I decided to just go basic. And then this one in here was a more complex bread. As you can see, it looks way better. You can see this. I should have left it in the oven for a little bit longer, but I didn't have as much time. This was a nice little loaf here. This one was just cooked on a sheet pan, and it was put together. Didn't get a lot of resting time or anything like that. This one was made using Brian Lagerstrom's method and cooked in a Dutch oven. The last one I made 2 different types of bread using his style, and the third one, which has already been eaten all the way, was the best tasting, which is why it's been eaten all the way. But this was another pretty decent bread that will probably make pretty good toast. So as you can see with this one, or maybe you can't see, not a lot of time to like proof or set or anything, so it doesn't look that great. Not a ton of bubbles. I mean, it looks fine. This bread already is, you can tell when you compare the two, is a little better looking. I don't know, a little more bubbly, but the crust is a little better. The last loaf I had that I already finished, the crust was incredible. Very, very good crust, which is why we ate it so quickly. So, I need another slice in there. Got to do one more of these. Going 4 slices to start because I'm hungry. Very, very hungry. Yeah, no one's going to get the stream notification for this because I had to create 3 new streams. That's great. Anywho, what did I do this past week? Oh, my buddy Joey, who is another YouTuber and content creator who goes by the name of Sir Yacht. He filmed the video where he spent He spent 12 hours in ketchup. Okay, somebody messed with the toaster settings because that is not done, nor was that in there long enough. So putting that guy back in. Yeah, my friend Joey made a video where he spent 12 hours in a pool of ketchup. So that is a interesting thing to do, but I helped out with it. And he already posted some teasers for it on his Twitter at Sir Yacht, his TikTok at Sir Yacht. But the full video for that will be dropping tomorrow, and I make some cameos throughout the video there as well. I also had to procure a lot of the ketchup. So I had to find enough ketchup to fill a small swimming pool, which was somewhat difficult, but we managed. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in seeing, check out Sir Yacht on YouTube, because tomorrow he will be dropping that 12 hours in ketchup video. Yeah. Carl the Man, what's up? Mana Bun, what's up? Meek, thanks for sticking around, guys. Appreciate it. Got some toasting away right now, made from 2 different styles of homemade bread. I'm so bummed. I was so excited to share this bread with you guys, with everyone who was ready for the stream. And then I had to remake the stream and all the notifications went away. So that's great. But still got some bread here, and I'm still going to eat some toast. All we're working with for toppings today is some Kerrygold unsalted Irish butter, which I will then salt myself with kosher salt. So just the typical butter and salt combo that is one of my favorites. So it'll still be good regardless. I got to remember, I put these guys back in. I can't let them burn. Don't let me forget that they're in there. I don't want them to burn. Don't let me forget that. What else is going on? Obviously, we talked about some of this last week, but there was a whole bunch of YouTube and Twitch announcements last week that were pretty big. What's happened in the past week? Well, I think NASA crashed a satellite or a spaceship into an asteroid. That was kind of cool. All right, I think these guys are done. This is what the homemade bread. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. This is what the homemade bread toast looks like. Get out of there. Woo. Can you guys see this over here? Yes, you can. All right. Barely. I'm going to put some butter on these. They're hot. These homemade pieces right here. Woo. Hot. Nice and hot. Woo. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to be honest. It's looking pretty solid. This is very rustic. This is as homemade as it gets. Some very, very old school type of butter here. The Irish Kerrygold. And some homemade bread. So do a little bit of salt on here. Boom, bang, bang, boom. All right, transfer this over here. These guys are still toasting away. That's the second type of bread in there. And here we go. We have some homemade toast with butter and salt. Let's see how it is. Cheers. Well, guys, it's definitely toast. It's good. It's like lighter and crisper than the bread you'd get at the grocery store. All right, let's see if this is actually done. This popped up. No, I think this can go for a bit longer. Yeah, these are a little thicker as well, so put that back in. Get a nice brown toast on that one. Oh, this is good. I highly recommend this. You got some old homemade bread, turn into toast. Last week, I dropped a commentary style video, which I talked about on last week's live stream that I was going to make, which was a reaction to Queen Elizabeth's funeral. And I just reacted to it and spent like 12 to 15 hours editing it. Came out on Saturday, I think. It's doing okay, but I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it. So people seem to really like it, which is good. So I think I'm going to keep trying to make more reaction style videos for people. They seem to like those. Yes, Meek, you should make some bread. Yes, Manna Bun. It is very tasty, but Meek, you definitely should. There are so many bread recipes. All it takes is a few ingredients, some yeast, which you can get in packets at the store, and a little bit of patience. A lot of bread recipes require, you mix everything together and then you let the bread sit for an hour and then you mix it again, fold it over itself. You let it sit for another hour, then you shape it into a bread, let it proof for 30 minutes. So it is kind of like an all-day thing. But you're not working all day. It's like every hour or so you're working. Oh, man. This thin piece I did here is incredible. It's almost like a crostini because it's so thin and crunchy. Oh, man. But, get some all-purpose flour, get some bread flour, get some yeast. That's all you really need. And, wait for a rainy day or something, sometime where you're not going to probably leave the house all day. And that's a perfect day to make toast. All right, I'm gonna cut up a little bit more of this one, the worst of the three breads I made. I'm gonna make it nice and thin again because it really is like a crostini. It's incredible. So I'll do 2 more thin slices of this right here. Dang, that turned out really good. All right, how's this guy doing? Oh, this one's getting pretty brown. I'll pop that out in a second here. Woo! Toaster is hot. I'll buy some ingredients this weekend and make it Monday, maybe. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. I would recommend finding a recipe that you want to try online first and planning to use that. Actually, the easiest bread recipe that I ever found, my first bread I made. Uh-oh. Hold on. We got a little bit of smoke here. Woo! All right, look at that. Now that is toasted. That is, that's going to be good. While I butter this, I'll talk about a bread recipe I recommend. This was the first homemade bread I believe I ever made. It's very easy, almost foolproof, and you can actually use it as pizza dough too. Oh man, this butter is sizzling. That's how hot this is. Can you guys hear this? Sizzling. But that bread recipe, that easy bread recipe, it does call for a little bit of milk. So if you're lactose intolerant, there is a little bit of milk in there. But one time I didn't have any milk, so I just made it with a little bit extra water to replace the milk. And it turned out good. So, you can do that too. Oh, nice. You guys could hear it. That's awesome. Okay. A little bit of salt on here. Oh my gosh. I have a feeling this one's going to be incredible. What is that emoji? Is that guy flipping me off? All right, let's see how this is. Might be hot still. Oh, yeah. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Oh, it's a thumbs up. Okay, good, good, good. He just has he has a look on his face like he's flicking you off. You know what I mean? He kind of looks like he could be flicking you off. But thank you for the thumbs up. Anyway, This bread recipe, don't ask me how I found this. If you search on YouTube, cooking for dads, I think it's called. Cooking for dads, all-purpose bread dough, or you guys need to go back in. I'm not done with you yet. I think it's cooking for dads, all-purpose bread dough, or all-purpose bread, something like that, all-purpose dough. Darth Bricks, hello, what up? Yeah, don't ask me how I found that, but there's a channel called Cooking for Dads, and this guy has a very, very simple, basic intro bread recipe that's I've literally never messed up before. In fact, I've used it for pizzas, I've used it for bread, I've taken the dough and rolled it out and put pepperoni and cheese inside and made pepperoni bread with it. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. So check out YouTube, search Cooking for Dads bread dough and see what comes up. Bread gang. What the funk? If you're just joining, this week I'm making toast out of homemade bread that I've made. Here's a piece of this turned into toast. A little bit of butter and salt on it. Very good. Uh-oh. I'm doing too many things at once. Woo! Look at these. These are like crostinis. Beautiful. So thin. Okay. Meek, I'm glad you found it. Just, yeah, look. Glad you found the channel. I don't know if I've used... The guy seems pretty nice. I don't know if I've used any of his other recipes. But that bread dough one is very easy, so I would recommend it. And for anyone who just joined, if you want to make your own bread for the first time, the best recipe I recommend for beginners is Cooking for Dads. The YouTube channel Cooking for Dads has a bread dough recipe that can also be used as pizza dough. It's very, very easy. It just requires a few ingredients and a little bit of time and patience. A little bit of kneading. If you don't have a mixer, like I don't have a mixer, you just mix the dough in a bowl and then you knead it yourself. And kneading is not really hard. You're mixing everything together for a few minutes. What else is going on, guys? What are you guys excited about? Oh, last week I started watching the show Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Now, if you guys are familiar, Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared is one of the most I don't know if viral is the right word, one of the most popular web series on YouTube ever. But they would release like one episode every year or year and a half because everything's made out of like felt and foam. They would build all these intricate sets, and the episodes are like a mix of like funny and interesting and like creepy and gruesome. So if you haven't seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, and you're a little older, if you're a little kid, don't do it. If you're a little older, check out Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. But anyway, they hadn't posted since like 2017. And then they announced this past June that they had been working on a TV show, and the TV show just came out. However, the TV show is only on Channel 4, which is a British TV show. But I just used a VPN to pretend like I was in England, and I was able to watch the first episode. And I am happy to report that the first episode was very good and just as funny as the YouTube episodes of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. So definitely check out Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared if you have not already. Here we go. Another one of these crostini thin pieces of toast made from homemade bread. Here we go. That's the bread I use for this one. You guys. You like that sound? I don't know how I did that. Next week, I will be actually out of the state helping a friend shoot a YouTube video. So I will not be able to do Toast Tuesday. So I apologize in advance. Look at this stuff, guys. I can't stop eating it. It's so good. But I should still have a short comedy sketch coming out on YouTube either this Friday or Saturday. I will have a couple YouTube shorts coming out this week and next week as well. So I will still be releasing content. I just will not be available for next week's Toast Tuesday. So my apologies in advance. Nice. I've only seen the original a few years back. Yeah, the original Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Hopefully the show still gets a lot of views because it has been so many years since they made it, you know? So I'm hoping that it still has a strong enough following and people still remember it to watch the show. And they said it will be, I think it'll be coming to Netflix or something in the US sometime soon. So soon enough, they're going to have it on one of the streaming services here, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure I'll announce that on Toast Tuesday when it happens. Good question, Darth Bricks. My favorite skit. My favorite short, like YouTube short / TikTok, is probably the Spider-Man one I made, because I'll explain it in a second, but a big piece of comedy advice I read once was notice what others miss, meaning when you're seeking to create comedy, try to pick up on things that might be everyday things that people don't even think about, right? Like bread. Like, how the heck did bread first get made, right? Like, people just eat bread. They don't even think about, like, who was the first guy that made bread, right? And so I was watching the new Spider-Man, the No Way Home, and I was like looking at the actors, and I was like, wait a minute. Almost everyone in this movie, especially the Spider-Man and superheroes, are British actors. Like, they're English actors. They have British accents. Except for Tobey Maguire. Spoiler, sorry. And as I was watching it, I was like, that's so weird. Like, what does it have to be like when they say cut on set and everyone's using a British accent and then Tobey Maguire's just like, what is going on? Like, I thought this was Spider-Man, not like British man. So that's probably my my favorite like TikTok YouTube short is I think on YouTube it might be called Everyone in Spider-Man is British, I think is what it's called. My favorite skit, like long form YouTube video skit. Man, this is tough because I made so many I loved when I was younger. When I was in middle school. One of my favorite recent ones was when I restarted my YouTube channel. I made a video with my friend Keegan called Almond Milk. And it's just goofy. It's almost like a Tim Robinson type sketch. So if you guys haven't seen that one, watch my sketch, my comedy skit called Almond Milk. I think that's a good one. But my favorite, Milo, what's up? Thank you for joining. My favorite, Milo, were you at a funeral? Milo, didn't you say you were at a funeral before? What's going on, dude? Are you okay? How many funerals are there? Maybe that was somebody else. Either way, sorry to hear that. My favorite old YouTube comedy skit is Mr. Froggy. Mr. Froggy is probably the best video I've ever made or will ever make, ever. So if you haven't seen Mr. Froggy, my voice sounds like, "Hey kids, do you like soccer?" Except it's not me doing a voice. That was literally my voice when I was making the video. So be sure to, after this live stream, search Matt Shaver, Mr. Froggy, and go ahead and watch that video. That was probably my favorite skit of all time. Another piece of toast here. Here's my question. So good. What is your guys' favorite skit of mine? What was the video you watched that made you want to subscribe to my channel? I would love to know that. And have you gone back after subscribing and watched any of my old comedy skits, or do you just mostly watch my new stuff? I would love to know that too. No right or wrong answer. Matt, what's your favorite toast? Also, how many funerals have you been to? Very different questions. My favorite toast is a toast made from a nice hearty loaf of rye bread baked by the Amish here in Ohio. That is my favorite piece of toast, hands down. How many funerals have I been to? There's only one correct answer to that question. That is too many. Too many funerals. All right, here we go. We're doing more toast, guys. I didn't have dinner, so I'm team toast all the way today. The guys who built Easter Island. Oh, Ben, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad you saw that one. That one didn't get a ton of views, but that was one of the ones that I really enjoyed making. Because I just thought it was goofy. I was like, who built? I was just like sitting there one day reading about him, and I was like, who was just like, yeah, let's just put heads on the island. And then I started imagining, I'm like, was there a dude that looked like this? They were like one weird, did they all have weird heads? What if they all had weird heads? Interesting thing to think about. Speaking of Easter Island, one of my bucket list goals is to go to Easter Island. And I found out how you do it. You can actually fly there from Chile. And so that is something I want to do very shortly, because I want to go there and just take a picture and stand next to those things and just go like, who built these and why? That's one of those things, like, I've been to the Colosseum. It was cool. I've been all over Italy and Europe and Argentina and the US, and there's a lot of stuff that people built and you're like, okay, yeah, they built this for this reason. Oh, this is really cool, but it's a church, right? Those things are just giant heads. So it's just like, why did they build these? You have no idea. No one has any idea, right? So that's something I got to see in person. That's why it's on my bucket list. Do you guys have anything on your bucket list? What's on your guys' bucket list? Let me know. Mr. Froggy can do anything. Yeah, did you watch it? Mr. Froggy can do anything. He comes in green, and even green. That's probably my favorite part. Wow. Yeah, that was a long time ago when I made that video, right? You can tell just by watching it. My favorite video of yours was the one you made on July 24th, 2007. Almost 9. No way. Are you kidding me, Milo? For real? Or did you just go back to my oldest video on my channel ever, which is probably what you did? If so, funny as well. That video, Almost 9, was my friend Jonathan. Eight of my friends in middle school after a dodgeball game sat down next to each other like this on the gym court. And 8 of them. And Jonathan ran and he jumped over 8 of them. He jumped over 8. And we were like, whoa, this dude's so athletic. This is incredible. And then somebody asked him, do you think you could do 9? And he said, yeah, I think I could do 9. So our friend Kim goes and sits at the end of the line. And now there are 9 kids next to each other like this. And I'm not dumb. I'm like, I'm not getting in line. I'm going to take a video of it. So I have a flip phone. And I'm like, all right, let's go. I start recording on my flip phone. Jonathan runs, jumps. The rest is history. Slams into Kim. Oh, my God. I stopped filming right away. And he didn't make it over 9. He made it over 8. And he almost made it over 9, which is why the video is called Almost 9. And I uploaded that to YouTube so I could send it to all the kids in the dodgeball team. And that was my first video on YouTube, I believe. Except maybe the Stickmen videos that I made in Pivot. And it got a decent amount of views at the time because there were so few videos on YouTube. And I sent it to all my friends and they were like, this is awesome, dude. Like, you should make more videos and stuff. And I mean, after I uploaded one video and it got a few views, I was like absolutely addicted to YouTube. I was like, this is the greatest platform in the world. I just want to keep making stuff for this. And I used to have old flip cameras and make videos, and I would convince all my friends to make videos with me. And I just had an endless stream of ideas. They didn't have to be good ideas, but they were just ideas that I was like, let's make this video. And anytime my friends and I would hang out, I'd go, let's make a video, right? But what was crazy was, and I'm sure I've talked about this before, but like back when YouTube came out, it was like just as hype and as TikTok is now, where like everyone is talking about it and everyone you know has a YouTube. Like everyone I knew had a YouTube. And a lot of them made videos. And this was before any phones had like cameras on them. Like you had to have a pretty nice flip phone in order to have a camera on it. And a lot of the cameras could only take pictures. They couldn't even take videos. So you or your parents had to either have a video camera that was digital, first of all, because most of the video cameras, in fact, the video camera that I used to make all of my movies up until like 2012 was it recorded on tape. It recorded on a mini tape, like a VHS tape. And I had to digitally connect my camera to the computer to get those videos on the computer. But it recorded on a literal tape. So the amount that people were making videos on YouTube back in the day, considering how much harder it was to do, you couldn't edit them on your phone. You had to edit them on the computer. It would take, for a 2-minute video, it would take an hour to upload it to YouTube, like an hour. It was crazy, but everyone was doing it because it was new and exciting and a ton of fun. All right, come on. Come on now. Actually, I'm putting this back in. I'll just butter these guys. The first vid of yours that I watched was the one with Batman and Riddler. Heck yeah, that was another fun one to make. I always love making videos about Batman. As you can tell, I have a bunch of Batman videos on my profile or my channel profile. And I love the Riddler as in the Riddler character. I mean, I like the Riddler in the new Batman movie. What did you guys think of him? But my favorite Riddler is like the Riddler from the Batman Arkham games. That is like a cocky, you can't beat me, Batman. That kind of Riddler like has a bunch of traps set and all this stuff. And he's super cocky and nerdy sounding and nerdy looking. That's my favorite Riddler. Here we go, guys. More toast. I wish my camera was good at focusing and you guys could see this. Oh, there we go. Now it focused. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Where's the button at? Where's the button at? There we go. Woo! I'm still trying to learn, but having trouble trying to do live streams from PS4. Yeah, the PS4 is difficult thing to use. The only way I ever figure out using the PS4, it took me literally being locked inside during COVID, like one full day where I was like, all right, you know what? I have nothing but free time now. I'm going to figure out how to use the PS4 correctly. And it took me like 24 hours, but I finally figured it out. Does anyone have a PS5? Like anyone in the world? I don't know. All right. These will be my last pieces. No more toasting, just eating from now on. I've had like 10 pieces of toast here. But yeah, old YouTube was wild, guys. Old YouTube was, everyone was making stuff. Everyone was making stuff. And it was so much harder to make. And now, for better or for worse, anyone can make a video at any time, at any place. And does that have more positive or negative impacts on society? I don't know. But I still like YouTube. Do you like YouTube the way it is now or the way it was before? Oof. That's tough. So the main difference between now and then on YouTube, besides just the sheer amount of content, is now everything is tailored to you, right? You have your own individual algorithm that shows you things that the algorithm thinks you will want to watch. And a lot of the time it's right. And so you're shown a lot of things that you really end up enjoying, like my stuff eventually, right? So that's good, but it's also a little bad because once YouTube finds out what kind of stuff you like, it just keeps showing you that kind of stuff, right? More and more and more. So unless you search for something new yourself and then start watching videos related to that, it's not going to show you any of that, really, if that makes sense. Back in the day, the trending page, the top views page, the home page of YouTube was a very different place. You can look it up on the waybackmachine.org or whatever it is. You can look up what old YouTube looked like. That was the YouTube that I started using. It was like the Wild West. So YouTube just showed you whatever was popular and it showed you, and you would watch all sorts of things. Which was awesome because you would watch things that you would have never searched for, or you'd have watched things that you probably would have never found nowadays, right? So there was a lot of creativity that could get out there sheerly through there not being a recommendation algorithm. Now, what's cool now, and Hank Green, if you guys know Hank Green, of course, everyone on TikTok knows Hank Green. Hank Green described this in a way that I really liked, which was YouTube, you have to decide whether or not you want to watch something. So, for example, my new video, if Batman was poor, comes on your feed on YouTube. You see my thumbnail, you see the title, if Batman was poor. You have to click on that. You have to go, oh, I want to watch that video, right? With YouTube Shorts or TikTok or Instagram Reels, the difference with that is you're not choosing to watch it, whether or not to watch it. You are choosing whether to keep watching it. And that is it. That is a way that introduces new people to new types of content. Because something could come up on your feed that you would never have watched before. And you might, instead of deciding to swipe away, be like, what is this? This guy's painting a rock? Why? And then 2 months later, you love rock painting content. And you would have never searched rock painting content, but it came on your feed. You decided to keep watching it, and then you did. And now you like that thing, right? So I YouTube currently has a little bit of both with YouTube Shorts and the YouTube Standard. But I do think that they're going to make the algorithm for Shorts much more like YouTube, and the Shorts you see might be a lot more like the YouTube content you see, which isn't great. So that was a long way of saying I don't know which one I like better, but I'm very nostalgic, so I like to believe that I like the old one better. But who knows? Oh man. Your sister has 2 PS5s? That should be illegal. Sony produces way too few of them. Way too few of them. Have you ever done a formal acting gig? No, but I would. I've been a background actor in a movie. I live in Cleveland, so there's not a ton of acting work here. I thought about moving out to LA, but for the time being, at least I'm going to stay here. You know, the best time to move out to those cities, in my opinion, is after you've kind of been successful yourself online, at least in today's day and age. I would love to be an actor. I don't think I'm a very good actor. I think I can do good impersonations or I can make funny noises and jokes, but that's not the same as acting. I'm good at acting angry or confused, but I'm not good at acting like sad or emotional, right? It's very hard to be an actor. But I would love to do it. I would love to do it. Especially since when you're on set, you get a bunch of free toast. I usually use an iPhone 6S and the PS4. This is for streaming, you're saying, right? Rest in peace, Matt Shaver, on Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. While wearing a red shirt, just heard the news. What are you trying to curse me or something here, Milo? What's going on? Just keep making great content. Thank you, Vincent. There's only one constant in this sad world. Yeah, basically. I misread that. That's the only constant in this sad world. Yeah, that's all I try to do is make things that I think would make people chuckle for a little bit. It's hard sometimes because I go, well, if I stop making my stuff, then it's not really going to matter because there's a million other people making funny stuff, and all you have to do is swipe to find it. And so you're going to find something that's going to make you laugh eventually. So why should I even bother making stuff? But then the more I thought about that, I thought, well, if everyone thought that way, there wouldn't be any good stuff. There wouldn't be any funny stuff, right? If everyone was like, well, somebody else will do it, then no one would do it, and then there wouldn't be anything funny. And the other part of that is I can't stop doing it because I love doing it. So sue me. Here we go. Listen to this. Listen to this one, guys. Again, homemade bread. I'm not saying it's good bread, but it makes some dang good toast. But to your point about, great content, trying to make great content. 2 years ago, I was trying to put out a piece of content every single day. I still do actually put out content every single day. But I was trying to put out like a TikTok sketch every day. In addition to the some news jokes and videos I make every single day that are posted at like 10:45 in the morning. And I was trying to write at the same time. I was trying to make a YouTube video or 2 YouTube videos every week. And just got to be a lot. But I think at the time it was good because I'm like, I just need to grow. And eventually I got to a point where I had like 70,000 followers on TikTok, 20,000 on YouTube. And I was finally like, okay, you know what? I have a decent following now. Now that I have a followers that like my stuff, I'm going to focus on making more quality stuff. So the amount I post has gone down. Like I still do 1 YouTube video a week or try to. But on TikTok or my YouTube shorts, especially, I try to focus on making 2 or 3 good pieces of content every week, as opposed to just churning a ton of them out. I try to make 2 or 3 ones that I could watch and laugh at and be like, oh, okay, that was good. If I go back to in a few months, I don't go, God, that was terrible. I go, oh, that's pretty good. And since I've started to do that, my views have been consistently going up, at least on TikTok, for each one of those videos, which is cool. Toast. It's so good, guys. Everyone needs more toast in their life. Have you ever done stand-up or considered doing stand-up? I answered that myself, accidentally. Yeah, I used to do stand-up. I did stand-up from 2017 through 2020. Wait. I did stand-up in 2017, 2018, 2019. I moved to Chicago at the very start of 2020, and then everything was gutted. And by that, I mean, everything shut down for COVID. And I stopped. But I was already kind of planning on stopping when I moved to Chicago because I like doing improv comedy way more than stand-up, which I know a lot of people have very strong opinions on whether they like improv or they like stand-up. I don't know why people feel that way. Stand-ups kind of don't like improv people don't like stand-up. And I'm like, hey, you're both dumb for hating each other. It just doesn't make any sense. It's all comedy. Like, shut up. But the reason why I like improv more is because I'm just better at it. I'm way better at improv. And in my mind, if you're way better at something, and especially it's something that you're trying to do to entertain people or make people laugh, why not just keep doing more of that thing that you're good at? And I loved doing it, Whereas at stand-up, I was going to 4 or 5 open mics a week. And every time it was like, all right, I got to go to an open mic. And I, dragged myself there. And, I got along with the other comics, but it wasn't like, it was fine. It was whatever. Stand-ups are stand-ups. And I got better. I got a lot better in the few years I did it. But at the end of the day, even I did a set at Hilarities, the comedy club here in Cleveland, on the main stage. When I was doing my set, I was like, it went well. But afterward, I was still like, man, I just like doing improv way more than this. Which is why I moved to Chicago to study and train and perform at Second City and the IO Theater. And I got there and I started doing improv 5-6 nights a week. And I was like, yeah, this feels way better. I would do this 7 days a week all day if I could. That's how right? You really like something. And then COVID came and shut it all down. I was like, okay, what the heck am I going to do now? And that's why I started making online stuff. And I haven't gone back to in-person improv yet because I was just kind of sad. And then in Cleveland, there is a growing improv community here, but it's not nearly the same as Chicago. And my online stuff was doing well enough where I was like, you know what? I can reach way more people doing stuff online. So I'm just going to keep doing that. But I would like to get back into doing a little bit of both of them. For me, my dream would be I grow a huge online audience like someone like Trevor Wallace did. And then I go back and start doing stand-up because it's much easier to make people laugh and it's much more enjoyable to go out and perform if people are there to see you. And whenever these people who have big online followings sell tickets to shows now, they're being bought by the people who have watched their stuff online. So I'd rather go, fill out work for years building this stuff and then go out and do a tour where I know I could perform well because I performed before and be able to perform for people who actually like the other stuff I do. So that's my goal of how I'll get back into stand-up someday. But for now, just sticking with the online stuff and kind of writing stuff behind the scenes. Here we go, guys. Toast time. Milo, if you don't stop trying to curse me, you're banned. I'll lay the hammer down. Who's my favorite stand-up comedian? I mean, it's not going to be a popular answer. And by that, I mean, people could get angry for it. But judging solely off of the stand-up I've watched that has made me laugh harder and more frequently than any other stand-up, probably Louis C.K. His specials, I've seen him twice in person. He's just at another level. It's unfortunate that he did the stuff he did, which, you know, a lot of other people have done much worse things that are comedians. But it's unfortunate he did that stuff because he is hysterical. He is very funny and hysterical. He just has I have a very similar sense of humor. Not about everything, but a lot of things. Beyond that, Bill Burr. I love Bill Burr. And I used to really like Patton Oswalt before he kind of went crazy, like a lot of celebrities did during. This is karma. You see that? That was improv right there. All right, hold on. I'm getting butter on everything. You guys still hear me? Did it come back on? Oh no, it's going to do this again. Oh no. All right, well, you know what, guys? I'm not going to be able to fix this because this was doing the same thing earlier. We're at 51 minutes. Thank you guys for being here. Improv live stream, maybe. Picnic, thanks for coming late. I don't think I'm going to try to fix this, guys, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So I might just have to end the stream here. Let's see. We'll see here in a sec. Come on. Work for me. Not working. Why would it? Why would it work? This is what I get. This is karma, guys. This is karma. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I apologize that I used to just be able to swap batteries, no problem, but now YouTube hates me. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And Vincent, to your comment, I apologize in advance. I will not be able to do Toast Tuesday next week. I'm going out of town to help a friend shoot a video, but I will be back the following week. So next week, I will not have Toast Tuesday. I'm sorry. I will still be releasing videos this week and next week, but no live stream next week. Sorry about the technical difficulties at the end here, guys. Hope you all have a great rest of your weeks. Make some toast and enjoy it. And I will see you all back here in 2 weeks.